In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Illustrator to create a winter scene similar to this one. You will use the snowflakes that you created in a previous assignment to complete this project. In a previous assignment, we made snowflakes like this. I'm going to choose my top 3. So with the selection tool, this is one of my favorites. So I'm going to hold down Alt and make a copy. Hold down Shift and Alt, grab the corners and shrink that down pretty small. This is another one of my favorites. So click it with the selection tool. Hold down Alt to make a copy. Hold down Shift and Alt to shrink that to approximately the same size as the other one, a little bit smaller there. And the last one that I like is this one. So again, select it, hold down Alt to make a copy, hold down Shift and Alt, shrink it to approximately the same size as the others. And those look pretty good. So I will click and drag a box around all 3 of these, push Ctrl C to copy, and go to my winter scene. Ctrl V to paste. And I do need to change the color of these to black, so I will go to my swatches panel and click on black right there. I am going to grab the hand tool, which is H on the keyboard, and move this down so that I can see my scratch area. V on the keyboard to select these and move them up to the top. Now I will get my brushes panel. If your brushes panel is not showing, simply go to Window and choose brushes from the alphabetical list. I will click my first snowflake and drag it over here and drop it into my brush panel. I am going to leave this as a scatter brush and click OK. Now I have these options. I'm going to call this Snowflake 1, and the only thing I'm going to change for now is the colorization method, which I will put on tints, and click OK. Now I will get my second snowflake, click it, drag it and drop it, scatter brush, OK, Snowflake 2, and colorization method tints, OK, and my last one, click it and drag it over here, scatter brush, OK, Snowflake 3, colorization method, tints, and OK. And I will click to deselect that snowflake, H on the keyboard for the hand tool, and move my project back into the center. Now I'm going to grab the brush tool over here, choose my first snowflake, and set my color to white, and it needs to be the stroke color. So I will swap that, change the fill to none, and click to bring the stroke forward. So with the brush tool, click and drag a line down here at the bottom. And you can see right now my snowflakes do not look very natural, so I'm going to change that. Go to the brushes panel, double click on snowflake number 1, and now we will change these options. Start off by switching all of them to random. And then you can start to move these sliders. So I like to start with spacing. So that changes the space randomly between the snowflakes. Scatter is how they are scattered around in the work area. That looks pretty nice. And size, I will also change that to random, so you have some small and some large snowflakes. And I think that looks pretty good for now. So I will click OK and apply 2 strokes. Then I can add more of those snowflakes on there where I would like, and you can move them around by using the selection tool, and you can simply click and drag them into the place where you want them to be. So the next thing that I'm going to do is choose my second snowflake and choose a different color. I'm going to choose a medium blue color, and I will draw a line on here to place my blue snowflakes, and double click my brush to bring up my options. I will put all of these on random and start with the spacing. Change the size some, change the scatter, until I like the way it looks. Okay, I'm going to go with that, and I'll click OK, apply to strokes, and let me go to properties. I'm going to make my next set of blue snowflakes stroke size 1 so that they're a little bit smaller. So brush tool, and I'll brush some of those on here. There we go, and I'm going to go back to my brush and double click that, and I'm going to change these around a little bit too in order to make them look a little bit more natural. There we go, and click OK and apply to strokes. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is use my last snowflake brush and choose a dark color, maybe this one right here. And once again, I will swoosh those across my space, double click the properties, change all of these to random, and then make some changes. And click OK, apply to strokes, and I will go back to properties, change the stroke to a larger size. I'm going to go with 2 and put some more of those dark snowflakes on there. And I am also going to change the opacity of some of those snowflakes. So the opacity is located in a couple of different places. Here in the Properties panel under Appearance, you can see is the opacity, and I am going to about 30%. Now with the Move tool, I'm going to go select this large snowflake down here and change the opacity of it to maybe something around 50%. I'm going to choose these snowflakes and change the opacity of them. So what I want is just some snowflakes that are solid and then some snowflakes that are different opacities. So let's click off that and take a look. All right, that looks pretty good for now. Save your changes, and you are going to use this for a future project. So make sure that you keep this in a safe place. That's it for this video.